Hi everyone. Let's start out today just laying flat on your back, moving just to a relaxation position. Keep the feet up, knees apart, about hips width apart, and just let the knees fall toward each other, placing the hands at the belly, one on the lower abs and one on the upper. Let the elbows fall to the mat. Find a comfortable position there. And just close your eyes. Just observe your breathing. Notice if it's shallow or deep. Is it from the belly or the chest? If it is from the chest, we want to try to make it come from the belly. We want it to be deep, not shallow. So on your next inhale, fill the belly with air, like you're filling up a balloon. And exhale slowly. Keep that belly breathing going. Breathe through the nose. Slow, deep breaths. Try to clear your mind of everything else going on. Focus in only on your breath. Take one more deep breath. Go ahead and relax your legs down to the mat. Straighten everything out. Okay, roll to your right side, fetal position, and press up, moving to child's pose. Knees are apart, feet together. Press back toward the heels. And press it down, stretching the shoulders. Remember here, if you need that block underneath your forehead, and place it there. And just press into each hip. Shifting side to side. And roll up to all fours. Curl the toes under. Move to downward dog. Bend your knees, bent downward dog. Raise up to the toes and bring it down. Walk feet to hands. Hold in ragdoll. Again, here you can wrap your arms around your knees. You can allow the arms to move to the mat. And even turn the fingertips down toward the feet, pressing the palms down, stretching the forearms. Or holding elbows. And lift to halfway up. And all the way up. Good standing position. Remembering always to focus on your posture, standing up tall, chin lifted, shoulders back, never allowing your body to hunch over. You're rolling shoulders back, squeezing toward the spine. So starting sun salutation, arms down. Good posture, and your inhale, you're lifting your arms all the way up. Look up to your hands, exhaling the arms to center. Inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Use your block here if you need it. If there's any strain whatsoever, then grab that block. Use it at the level where it's comfortable, but you still feel something happening in the backs of the legs. And bend the knees. Lift to halfway up. On your exhale, move to plank. Your inhale, you're shifting forward, shift to the toes. Exhale, drop down to low plank or hover. Elbows into the rib cage. Take it all the way down to the mat, lift to Sphinx. Chin and chest raise. And to Cobra. Bring it down, pulling the hands back toward the chest area. Raise to Upward Dog. Shoulders roll down and back. Thighs lift off the mat, shoulders down. Chin up. And curl the toes under. Move to Downward Dog. Walk the dog, bending one knee, straightening the other. Nice and slowly switch. And walk feet to hands. Hold in ragdoll. Lift halfway up. Forward bend. Lift all the way up, flat back. Reaching the hands up to the ceiling. And exhaling down through center. Arms down to your sides. Good posture, starting again. Inhale up. Exhale, center. Inhale, standing back bend. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plank. Inhale, shift forward to the toes. Exhale, lower down, hover. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Walk feet to hands. Halfway up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, lift all the way up. And exhale, down through center. Okay, as you do any of those positions, remember to put all of your weight on the pad of your palm, never on the outer blade of the hand. That's going to cause added wrist pressure. So you want it on the palm of the hand, especially the pad of the thumb and index finger. Okay? So as we do that sun salutation one more time, with a few things added here and there, anytime your pressure is on the palms of your hand, make sure it's on the pad of the hand, not the fingertips and not the blade. Okay, starting again. Hands are down by your sides. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down to center. Inhale, reach back, standing back bend, bending from the upper spine. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the head down, use that block. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plank. Check the padding of the palm here. And shift forward to the toes. On your next exhale, drop to hover. Upward dog. Shoulders down. Pressure in the palm. Downward dog. Step your left foot to center, take the right leg out. And step it forward to a lunge. Be sure your blocks are handy, place them under each hand. Lift the chin and chest up. Shoulder blades back. And lower your back knee to the mat. Flatten out the back foot. Lift chin and chest. And remove your blocks. Hands to the mat. Step back, downward dog. Switching the legs, right foot comes to center, take your left foot up. And step it forward between your hands into your lunge, using the blocks, whatever level you need them to be at. Chin and chest raise. Remember also here, anytime you have one foot forward and one foot back, that you're not rotating toward the blade of the foot like this. Your pressure is toward the inner edge of the foot. So you're activating the inner thigh and calf muscle, not putting too much weight on the outer edge. Lift the chin and chest, shoulder blades back, lower the back knee to the mat, flatten out the back foot, chin up, shoulders back. Breathe and move your blocks forward again. Step it back, downward dog. Bend the knees, bent down dog. Lift up to the toes and down toward the heels. Walk feet to hands. Hold in bent forward bend or ragdoll. Lift halfway up. On your next exhale, forward bend. Use your block here. Inhale, reach the chin and chest up, arms to your sides. Inhale all the way up. And exhale down. Okay, we have a new pose today called tree pose. It's your first standing balance position. So, as I mentioned earlier, if you have 1 foot forward or 1 foot back, that foot should have the pressure toward the inner edge of the foot. Okay, so the padding toward the big toe, you never want that pressure to fold toward the outer blade of the foot. So remember that as you balance on 1 foot, you want your weight shifted toward the inner edge, the center of the foot, never toward the outside. So as we start tree, you're raising up your left foot. We're going to go step by step. Just place it on the outer edge of the calf of your right leg. Notice here the knee is rotated outward. Get your balance here first. If you're struggling with that balance, place your hands at the belly button. That brings you to your center. If you're good there, go on to the next step. If not, stay where you are. So if you can go to the next step, reach down, grab the foot, place it in the fold of the inner thigh. Again, press the knee open, so you should be squeezing the glutes, lifting through the ribs, shoulder blades back, staring at something that's not moving, just staring straight forward. Hands at the belly button. Remember your weight is centered on your foot or toward the inner edge of the foot, not the outer blade. Now if you're okay here, come to the next step and grow your tree, reaching it all the way up. You can shoot the arms straight up, so hands are active, arms are active, or lace your fingers, index finger and thumb pulling upward. Breathe, just hold this as long as you can. Your focus should be on your breath and your balance only. And slowly bring it down with good control. Just kind of pedal through the legs. You're shifting to the other side. So leaving your left leg on the mat. Bring your right foot up just to the inner calf. Get your balance here. Hands at the belly if you need it. Once you have that position, bring the foot up. Place it on that inner thigh. Rotate the knee out. Stay here as long as you need to. Grow the tree when you can. Focus on breath and balance. Keep your breath consistent, never holding your breath. Come out of that pose with good control. And just walk through the legs. Coming again, inhaling up. Exhale to center. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plank. Flatten the body here. Make sure the hips are not sagging. They're not lifted too high. Everything is flat. Shoulders are stacked directly on top of the wrist. Shift forward. On your next exhale, drop to a hover. Come all the way down to the mat. Lift to Sphinx. Elbows are down on the mat. Lift chin and chest, pressing the forearms into the mat. Now I want you to look over one shoulder toward that foot and over to the opposite shoulder. Should be forming kind of a figure 8 motion as you turn and look over each shoulder. Should feel that stretching into the obliques. And back to center, lift to cobra. Make sure you're lifting here mostly from your back. Should be able to do this position without really pushing too much into the hands. Lower it down, hands come back, shoulders roll back and down, lift to upward dog. Head back if you can. And turn the toes, downward dog. Take your left foot to center, bring your right leg up. Flex the foot and point. Bend the knee. Reach it over your left leg. Keep looking to the mat. And now turn and look under your right arm. Just allowing your right leg to cross over your left hip. And bring that knee forward into your plank. Lean that leg off the mat. And bring it back. Three-legged dog or split and down dog. Forward again to your plank. And bring it back, three-legged dog. Regular down dog. Walk the dog. And switching your legs, bring your right foot to center, take your left leg up. Point the foot. Flex the foot. And point again. Bend your left knee. Let it reach over your right hip. Keep the chest facing the mat. And now turn looking under your left arm. And back to center. Lower down to all fours. Move through cat lift and cat. Remember here, cat lift, also called cow, is arching the chin and chest up, tailbone lifts, drop the belly button to the mat, and your cat is like a mad cat, arching the back upward, dropping the head down. So inhale, cat lift. Exhale, cat. Keep that going with your inhale and your exhale. And press back, child's pose. And stretch your wrist here. Maybe do some wrist circles. And bring it up to the knees and to the forearms. Those last two poses we just did are going to be done again, just not on the hands, they're on your forearms now. So your cat lift and cat on your forearms. Your inhale, lift, and exhale, cat. Continue that using your breath, making sure that your breath is nice and consistent. And bring it back up to the hands. Push back, downward dog. Bring your left foot to center, right leg comes up. And step it forward into a lunge. Use those blocks here. Chin and chest up. Shift your back leg forward if you need to. Turn it open and bring it up to your warrior one position. Okay, so again, your front leg is in a 90-degree angle. Your knee is stacked on top of your toe. Your hips are rotating towards your front leg. Okay, back foot should be about in a 45-degree angle. Shoulders back. Remember, it's like you're pulling your mat apart. And warrior one, your arms come up. Active arms, pushing through the fingertips. Check the alignment of your knee. You never want it rotated in or too far out. Should be stacked. We're going into warrior two here. So all that happens is the arms rotate down parallel to the legs. Right arm forward, left arm back, and allow your back foot to open a little bit further. Strong arms, strong legs. And take your right arm to the thigh. Side bend. Left hand down to the mat. Walk it to center. Hold in a straddle stretch. Shift over to your right knee. And back to center. And over to the left. And back to center. Walking it around toward your left foot. Dropping down to a lunge. So if you need those blocks, walk them around with you, especially when you are in that straddle fold. Use those at any point. Okay, so take them around with you if you need to. Drop to the lunge. Chest forward. Shoulder blades back. And open your back foot about 45 degrees. Make sure your feet are aligned where it's a comfortable balanced position. Lift up to warrior one. Again, stack the knee on top of the toes, the ankle. Reach the arms up. Breath should still be consistent here. Breathe. Drop it down, warrior two. Allow your back foot to open a little bit further. Strong arms, strong legs. Breathe. Take that forearm to the thigh, reach over, side bend. bring it down. Take your blocks with you, walk it back to center. Use your blocks however you need to. And if you can, take your hands underneath your legs. If not, stay where you are on the block. Walk it back to center. Bring those blocks around with you. Drop back down to a lunge. Lower it to the mat. And step it back, downward dog. Bend. Raise up to the toes. And lower toward the heels. Walk your feet to hands. Reach, grabbing hold of the elbows, just hold and kind of swing slowly side to side. And hold in center. Make sure the feet are a little bit apart, about hips width apart. Raise up into chair pose. Strong legs, as if you're sitting in that chair. Strong arms, go a little bit deeper if you can. And fold. Straightening out the legs to a forward bend. Raise chin and chest, arms to your sides. Inhale all the way up. And exhale down. Inhale back up. Exhale to forward bend. Step back, downward dog. Lower to all fours and press back to child's pose. Okay, roll it back up, move to a seated position. Moving into our boat, starting in half boat. Raising the knees up, pushing the fingertips forward. Knees are in a bent position here to start off with. Balancing, shoulder blades back. Now hold here if you need to. If you can, extend those legs, push through the toes, through the fingers. Shoulders back, chin up. Remember to breathe. Never hold the breath. Wrap the arms around the legs. And back to boat or half boat. Push yourself. Do the best you can. Raise them up if you can. And lower it if you can. Low as you can go. Back up to boat. And lower it down, staff pose. Okay, hands are down, palms down on the mat, chin and chest up, shoulders back. Inhale the arms up. Take your strap, if you need to, place it around the feet, pulling against the strap. If you can, reach those toes. Lead with the chest. Try to relax through the legs. And inhale back up. Exhale down again. Moving to a butterfly with the feet extended forward. Elbows to the knees, hands to the feet, and lower it down. Breathe, lead with the chest. Try to relax through the hips and the lower back. And bring it back up. Feet come in as far as you can. Hands to feet, elbows to knees. And press down, leading with the chest. Making sure you're not pushing against that hip. You don't want to force flexibility. You want it to happen naturally through relaxation, not through pulling against the muscle. And bring it back up. Fold the knees in. Move to bridge. So that, remember, is laying flat on your back. Pushing into your heels. Feet should be hips width apart. Lift the pelvis up. Press the palms down into the mat. Walk the shoulders together. Lace your fingers together if you can. Keeping the hands onto the mat. Walk those shoulders together so you can lift a little bit higher into bridge. Squeeze through your legs, through your glutes. And release the shoulders, release your hands. Roll down one vertebra at a time, pulling both knees to the chest. Rock slowly side to side. And come back to center. Feet move back to the mat and push back up to bridge. Again, lacing your hands underneath if you can. If you cannot reach that, grab your strap, attach your strap underneath you so that you can walk the shoulders closer in. Lift chin and chest. Squeeze the glutes, push into the heels. Release the hands, release the shoulders. Roll down slowly to the mat. And pull the knees into the chest. Again, rock slowly side to side. Back to center. Okay, now you're crossing your legs in the air as if you're sitting in a cross-legged position. Connect your hands to your feet. Pull in as close as you can, trying to keep your shoulder blades down onto the mat. You should feel that stretching in the outer hip and glute area. And now just rock slowly side to side. You should feel that stretch getting deeper into the hips and glutes. Moving slow. And back to center. Switch the cross of your legs. So probably the unnatural way to cross your legs here. Connect to the feet. Shoulder blades down onto the mat. And rock slowly side to side. Back to center. Release the legs. Now we're going to work our core just a little bit further. Go ahead and raise the legs straight up, pointing straight to the ceiling. Leave the hands down by your hips, palms down. You're going to lower the legs about 30 degrees. Lower again, another 30 degrees, squeezing the core, and lower again to a hover right above the mat. Push your spine down into the mat, raise back up. Okay, relax right there. What I mean by that, push your spine into the mat. You want to push, for example, the belly button down into the mat so that your back is flat. If you allow your hips to roll forward, then you're adding pressure to your spine in that arch of the back. So push the spine, push the belly button down to have a flat level that you're working with, and that makes your abs do their job better. So let's try that again, raising the legs up. Keep your spine attached to the floor, to the mat. Raise the legs up and then lower about 30 degrees. Spine stays intact to the floor. Lower again. And lower again. Bring back up. We have 2 more rounds of that. Okay, breathe. Remember never to hold your breath. Lower. Again. And again. And bring them up. You can do it. You've got 1 more round. Lower. A little lower. And 1 more time. Lower. And bring them up into the chest. This time keeping the right knee into the chest, lowering your left leg down to the mat. And release that knee, but keep it bent. Shift your hips a few inches over to the right side. Spinal twist, bringing your right knee over your left leg. Try to keep the shoulder blades down into the mat. Again, the idea is not to force this movement. It's to relax through the back, relax through the shoulders. Allow the movement to be natural. And bring it back to center. Bring your left knee to your chest. Release the knee. Foot to the mat. Shift a few inches over to your left, taking your left knee across your right leg, keeping your left shoulder blade down into the mat. And roll back to center. Extend your legs onto your mat. Inhale the arms all the way up. Point the feet, reach, and exhale down. Inhale back up. And exhale down. Okay, you can stay here in relaxation pose with your arms out to your sides, palms up. If this is comfortable. If it's not comfortable, take your blanket, maybe roll it up. You can place it underneath your knees for a little bit of added support. That may take pressure off of your back if laying flat is not comfortable on your back. Okay? Another place you could put that bolster that you've done here, or a pillow that you have, is placing it underneath your head or your neck. Especially if you typically breathe heavily, then you want something under your head here so that you can breathe more naturally. Okay? So either of those options, if it's better for your body, Or you can bring your feet up to the mat about hips width apart like we started this session and allow your knees to fall together. A lot of times that also pulls pressure away from the lower back. So whichever position is most comfortable for you, go ahead and find that position. Hands again can be out by your sides, palms up, or placed at the belly, one on the lower, one on the upper abs. Okay, whatever is most comfortable to you, find that position now. Experiment with all of those. Go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you to come back to the breath that we were focusing on at the beginning of this yoga session. Just observe your breath. See what it's doing on its own. Is it different than the beginning of the session? Is it the same? Ask yourself those same questions. Are you breathing deeply or is it shallow? Is it from the chest or the belly? And now you know in order to relax, breathing needs to be deep and from the belly. So if it's not there, train your breath to move to that position and to be deep. Okay, go ahead and roll to your right side. You can hold here as long as you need to, and then push your way up into seated position. And now move to your meditation time. So use one of those guided relaxations or guided meditations that I've provided for you. And either do that in a seated position with your posture straight, or you can lay flat on your back, the options that I just gave you for relaxation position. Okay, see you next time.